Welcome back to episode 23 of Minecraft Survival. Um, my inflection on that was weird, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. The frames have been a bit choppy. I'm gonna turn shaders off for now, then. Because that seems to be the biggest reason why it's not running smoothly. Of course, this always takes like 10 seconds. I don't know why it takes time to take off the shaders, but, you know, some things we'll never know. That's a lot better. Alright. So, I just got back from netherite mining, obviously. I did more off camera, and I think I finally have enough to get full netherite. So let me see here. This is enough for 6 ingots, and then, yes, oh my god, I have enough. I'm so tired of blowing up beds. It took me, now this, it took me nearly another 4 shulker boxes of beds. Oh yeah, this one has beds. So it was nearly 4 more. And, I finally got enough to get full netherite. So, I will say, unlike last time, I didn't only get, like, what, 2 ingots out of 3 shulkers? I did get more ancient debris this time, which was good. I don't know what I'm looking for. I guess gold, but I don't think I have enough in my... Yeah, I don't. Oh man, am I gonna... When did I, like, run out of all the gold I had? I guess I'm gonna have to pop over to the industrial district, because I have some gold over there. So, I will be right back then. So it turns out this whole time I actually had quite a bit of gold left, but it was all over in the industrial district. I thought, you know, when I said I had gold over there, I meant like a few ingots, but no, I have a bunch of blocks. Or had a bunch of blocks over there too, but I've saved them. They're back home safe with me. Alright. Now, I think I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to duplicate this one more time, because in case I lose any of my netherite items in the future, I don't want to have to go and find another smithing template. So, I just hit a cup on my desk if you heard a noise. So I'm going to duplicate this again. Where are... There they are. I need 7. And then... Perfect. I think I have a thing of netherrack in like every chest I own at this point, so... It's not really too hard to find one. Alright. Let's put this back in there. And for the helmet and the legs, I actually want to try out this one, which I think needed blackstone to duplicate. So let's do that. Oh, whatever. It's probably good to have them on me. Alright, so now I can use 2 of them. If I like it, I may have just duplicated those for no reason. Oh, I probably should have previewed what they'll look like on the boot and helmet before I spent all that, but that's alright. So let me make this first. Oh, look at that. I forgot you don't get that until you have all of them. That's nice. Let's go with... Right. That. And we're about to get the second purple one. Serious dedication. Use a netherite ingot to upgrade a hoe and then re-evaluate your life choices. Everything is netherite. It's perfect. Now I get to see what this looks like. Would be helpful if I didn't put them back on. And if I didn't put the diamonds back in the chest. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid I duplicated them for no reason. I don't know what's going on with the helmet. I kinda don't mind the boots. But I feel like the flow boots, I'm gonna like more. I like the helmet way more. And the boots. So I did... I did waste 14 diamonds. That's alright. I'm not annoyed or anything. Not at all. So, I need 2 of these. Because I still want to have 1 extra in case I lose everything. But I just really like the flow set. I think it looks good on all the armor pieces, to be honest. I do wonder what the eye boots look like, though. Okay, yeah, the helmet sucks. And the boots are just like a worse flow. Okay. Put that back in there. That back in there. Yeah. Just making sure it's the right stuff. And... oh wow, they want... what is going on? I hate when this happens. This should not be a feature. Oh my god, this annoys me so much when this happens. Because it'll always happen when I'm trying to do something, not when I'm, like, just sitting there. No, when I'm building something, or when I'm crafting new fancy armor. I don't think there's a potato to stack that onto. Alright. And it just gives me a bunch of junk, because I have looting 3, so I end up with all of the armor and tools they have, and it just is so annoying. Alright. Now now I have to be careful of which one is Silk Touch and which one is Fortune 3 again, because before I was like, the netherite one is Silk Touch. I don't have to think at all, but now I have to again. Alright, well, let's take a look at that. I like that. And the back looks pretty good as well. I don't mind that. What I do wish you could do is put some sort of trim on your tools. Like, I think it would be... I am talking right now. You need to go away. Oh. So, as I was saying... let me get here where it's lit up. Wow. That hurt. I think it would be cool if you could, especially on netherite, because all the netherite items, the stick becomes netherite, so it's all just the same color, which is why I think it would be really cool if you could put some sort of, like stone, gemstone, into the hilt of the sword here, and just to give it a bit more color, and then you could do it with the pickaxes too. It could be like in this little bit here, and then the axe you could kind of do like just all around the axe blade. You could do like engravings with the thing, and then the hoe. The hoe would be the least applicable, but the shovel you could kind of do it too. It would be kind of pointless on the hoe because there's like not much surface area there. But I think it would look cool if you could kind of infuse stuff into the tools as well, which I would like to see that in the future. I mean, and you'd be able to see it on the side a lot better. Because everything else is kind of just the icon, but, I mean, it would look really nice in your hand is what I'm kind of imagining. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like, because I was just kind of thinking for the icon, and then I realized most of the trim feature is for when it's actually on your body and not the icon. But I think it could still look pretty good if they implemented it to the tools. So that's just my little 2 cents on more tool customization, because that's what the original goal of the trims was. But enough of that. I think today, well, I still haven't planned out the roof or the interior of that. So actually, I don't know why I was confused for a second on what we're gonna do. We need to finish up those replicas so we can finally be done with the basement. I worked on that last time, so I should work on it again this time. So I'm gonna have to, I mean, first, I still need to tidy up a few more things down there. Because, I still have these gaps in the glass, but those are gonna stay there until I'm done with things. I still haven't done the, roof. I haven't done the ceilings of these interior bits, which is not good. So, let me... I was also thinking, I was watching back, and I don't know if I like every single one of these being the chiseled tough. I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind the block itself, but I feel like every one of these blocks being chiseled tough kind of does make it look a little gaudy, so I think... Ooh, maybe mixing in the chiseled bricks could make it just that much cleaner. It is kind of annoying when you forget that you have haste 2 efficiency 5 when you're mining. So then you have to do all that. Oh, and I've got to replace the stairs again. Let's see. I think it's better. Let me do it to both, just to... I think in here, it's... Alright, I think... Let me try swapping these out. Like, not... I mean this, like swapping out where they were, not just doing the chiseled bricks. Because I think both of them can get very, very heavy if you use too much of them. I like that more. I do like that more. I think I'll keep that. So I might need to get some more of these chiseled bricks than I have already. Yeah, I don't mind that too much. Now, I do need to figure out what these corner blocks are going to be as well. I'm not too sure. Let me fill that in. Wrong thing. It's nice not having to worry about rockets anymore. I already showed the ender chest, but I have plenty of rockets now, and there's more where these came from. Uncrafted, but I have stacks of paper now. Yeah, that's not... Got off topic. Ooh, I'm gonna need to get more tough, I guess. I used it all up. I don't know where I put... Oh, where did I put the stone cutter that I had? Wouldn't it be somewhere down here? Where did I put that stone cutter? I swear I had one around here. Did I move it back down? Excuse me? Who took my stone cutter? It's just gone. That's so odd. Alright, well, I can always craft another one. They're hardly expensive anymore. But I know I'm gonna find it just as soon as I craft it again. Yeah, just give me 3 of these. It is annoying to take this out and put it back in every time I need one thing. But it's a lot better than having it on hand constantly. Like you know, it's a way to have all of my valuables on me at all times without having to carry them, because I can just carry the end chest. Yeah, I don't think it's here. How did I mess that up? How did I miss these two? And of course, I broke the ender chest that I had down there. Oh, everything is so annoying. Alright, let me get that. Don't know where I put the water bucket, though. Doesn't seem to be here. I put the stone cutter in a chest. Okay, well, a shulker box, but same difference. I don't know why I did that. I don't know where I put the bucket. To be honest, after I finished the basement containers, I guess that's what you called them. After I finished those, I really, acted like I wasn't ever going to need to build anything over here again. And I kind of just threw everything everywhere, instead of, I don't know, keeping it up here, because I'm going to need things again. Alright. I still don't know how I missed this. And it probably wasn't visible in the time-lapse, because I mean, it was, you know, it's a very hard angle to get this whole entire room from the replay mod. So I definitely was not able to get, like, the whole thing in there. No point in breaking all of them. Alright, I'm gonna go get some more tuff, fix all of these up, and then we can kinda see what we want to do with these roofs. So, I got all of the tuff. I didn't craft it all into bricks, because I'm probably going to need, or chiseled bricks, I mean, because I'm probably going to need just, like, normal tuff, or normal bricks sometime in the future for the interior or something, so I didn't use all of them. I just used a stack. But I was actually experimenting with andesite, and I kind of like it here. The problem is, to justify it here, I think it needs to be in, like, another part of the build somewhere. Because otherwise it's just, like, a really random appearance for it. So, oh. Right. So I want to replace the chiseled tuff with the andesite. But I think that means I'll need to find a way to incorporate the andesite somewhere else. Which shouldn't be too hard. I'll just have to think about it. I mean, maybe I could just replace all of these with andesite, but yeah, that doesn't really look right. I'm not sure. Oh, I didn't realize it was so close to night when I started recording again. It might be something outside, maybe, or maybe I put it into the interior. Because I still haven't designed the interior for this thing yet, so maybe I start using andesite in the interior. I have been trying to figure out what block to use on the inside, so maybe this will help me out. And I will get started on the interior and the roof, probably like right after this video. I was working on it for a little bit, and then I left for spring break, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet, so that's why I haven't done anything with it. Man, I kind of, like, hate having a microphone so close to my face, because I need it there so I can be heard well enough, but then I always hit it with my hand. And gotta go down and get these. Hold on, I'm gonna run up and get stone, because I don't want anything spawning in these little gaps I leave. I could just put a torch, but I feel like that's a little wasteful, because, I don't know, I just don't like to waste coal, even though it's a pretty easy thing to get. I mean, I have like 2 double chests full of coal ore over in my industrial district, but still, I could run out of all of those coal ores. You never know. You've always got to be prepared for anything. So I will definitely find a way to put this andesite into the interior, and hopefully that'll kind of help the basement kind of flush well with the top, the main floor. And I might still add a second floor. I said in the episode where I built just the exterior that I was originally planning to add in a second floor, and it was going to be full-sized. It was going to be just as big as the first one. I don't know why that was taking me so long. I said it was going to be just as big as the first one, but then upon building the thing, like building the whole museum exterior, I decided maybe I shouldn't, because it was actually way bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so I kind of pivoted into just doing 1 floor, but I have been thinking it might be nice to do like a much smaller second floor, where it's just kind of like a dome. Because, like, you see a lot of big buildings kind of have domes at the top. Well, I say a lot like this is like a, like, you know, if you see a big building, you're probably going to see a dome. That's not true. But, you know, say I don't know what I'm trying to say, cuz point is, let me fly up to show this. So Right, I'm right here in the middle where the cursor is basically right above here. I'm thinking we put in some sort of elevated area or dome that you can go up to. So it's like a second floor, and there's like a spiral staircase directly in the middle here that goes up to it. And then you get up there, and it's just a 360 like view of everything around it. I put up a bunch of windows there, um, and it's just this beautiful like 360 view of everything around it and below it. And I think that'll look really nice. So that's what I'm thinking for the second floor, instead of just getting rid of it entirely. But I do really like the andesite with this. It makes it look more fortified than the swirly chiseled tuff, I feel like. But I do like the chiseled tuff pattern for the podiums here. Although it is... Oh wait, I might have just used the exact same... Yeah, I did use the chiseled bricks for the podiums. I thought... Well, just the podium. I thought I used chiseled tuff, but they do have different side textures, don't they? Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, that one works much better as a stand than the chiseled tuff side texture. I didn't mean to open my inventory that time. Alright, so now that I'm kind of done with that, before I work on the roofs in here, or the ceiling, I don't know. Roofs and ceilings are different. One is exposed to the outside, the other isn't. But before I work on the ceilings down there, I want to sort out the walls going down here. Because clearly they're not supposed to be all stone. Alright. Just wanted to make sure it's like properly lit up in there. I don't want to have to go in there and fight off mobs to light that up like I'm gonna have to do eventually with the whatever's going on down underneath all the land I built. So maybe I put some more andesite here as well. Maybe something like that. Okay. But why is the question. What does that do? I don't hate that. I wonder... I don't want to make all of those andesite, so let me just make a half stack more tough bricks. Could I... No, that looks really bad. The thing is, I don't hate it when it's just that, but then you take... No. No, I don't like that. Now these do kind of look like pillars, so maybe I can do a bit of... No, I don't like that either. What am I gonna do with these walls? Let me make some stone bricks. Then I take these and kind of intersperse them, maybe? No. Do I have any more mud bricks? Because that could work, actually. I feel like I made a bunch more mud, so I'm not sure why I can't find it. I know I made like another stack of mud and then didn't actually use it. Ah, here it is. That's better. That's better, because I think it just needs to fit with the jungle logs, which was not happening with this. Alright. It's just, there's something about it that's too flat. You know, so you're going down into here. This is going to be, this is going to be grass too. Or not grass, but the, you know, the floor of the main room. And maybe I do stairs around this or something. Because, say... Alright, I don't like how flat this is. So say, I don't know, say I make the ground... Say I make it andesite. And I'm probably not going to make it fully andesite, but this is obviously just a placeholder. And then go around here. And that adds a little indent, which I didn't like when I did it without replacing those blocks around, but having it be the same block all around instead of the grass, I kind of like it. But it still makes this feel too flat. I feel like it needs to have an archway, kind of like right here. What if the staircase starts small and gets larger, maybe? No, I don't think that would look good. I've spent a whole Minecraft day trying to figure this out. I don't know what the granite is gonna do. I need something that goes along here. I'm not sure what to do. I'm just gonna figure this out later, because I've spent way too long on this. We're just gonna let that sit for a little bit, and maybe I'll come up with something later, because it's just gross looking right now. Oh, I need to fix these as well. Let me get... Do I have any pre-stripped logs? Doesn't look like it. I do have that. So I can just clean up all these corners in here. Like that. Yeah, I don't mind that. And it's not just the corners over in these, of course, it's every bit under the logs. There we go. Alright. Now there are going to be, like, dividing walls in these, so... those wouldn't have been visible anyways, but that's alright. What am I gonna do? Maybe I just do more concrete for the dividing walls. Which... kind of defeats... well, it doesn't defeat the purpose, but it just means I have to do more... What do I mean defeats the purpose? See, this makes it uneven for these. So do I need to... I think I'm gonna have to move these walls one forward then. Well... no, let's just go with it. Let me get the white concrete again. Okay, all I have is the powder. So, sorry to anyone who, like, doesn't like to see the building process, but, I enjoyed a lot, doing this kind of thing, just working through stuff, and I haven't done it in a while. I've been doing time lapses, you know, obviously, when I've been building recently, so I think it's nice to kind of get back into doing that. So, yeah. Now that's gonna be all on this side. Yeah, so both sides need to have just the one. And then now it will be, or at least it should be, I need to change that back to food. So it should be, on both sides, the same cloud pattern. Yeah. And it just kind of bends around the wall. So it doesn't look, you know, the most natural, but it works, I think. And the walls are not going to be the main focus, you know? The Toy Story walls are not the point of the build here. But I think that looks pretty alright. Now, this does mean I need to make a door in every one of these glass panels. And I hear pillagers outside, which is annoying. Alright, so I'm gonna get these all separated out, now that I've figured out what to do about that, and once we're back, we'll figure out, what we're gonna put in these, because obviously, I know we're gonna put in old bases, but we need to figure out, which ones are gonna go in which. Alright, so I went around, I fixed up the roofs. I think it looks nice in each of these little compartments. It is bigger on these ends here, which, I mean, I could have fixed. I could have made it so, well, no, I definitely could have made them all the same size, because if I bring in this wall, one here, and then one here, it would be 5 by 5, and if I bring this wall up one, it would be 5 by 5 as well, but I don't want it to be that small because then I can't really fit the houses in very well. Speaking of which, we're gonna get started on. There's only two that I know of, actually, which is odd because I had so many hardcore series that I thought I would have had at least three because I had three relatively long-running hardcore seasons. But I only built a starter house in one of those. Now I did build one, and that's season 3. I did build one in season 5, but it was a tiny wooden box because I was kind of slowing things down. And you know what? I was gonna say I don't think it would be that interesting to build a tiny oak box, but I think it would be a nice homage to it. I think that's good. So on this side we're gonna have both of the hardcore ones because there's only two, and then right here we're going to have the one that was in my first survival world, which I don't remember why I stopped doing that one. Maybe just because it was so old and I wanted a fresh start with this new world. I'm not sure, but I made an okay looking base there. I mean, it wasn't bad actually. I won't say it was bad, but it was very blocky. I only knew how to build in rectangles for a while. I could decorate the rectangles, but they were still rectangles. And sometimes you need something that isn't a rectangle. You need a whatever this is, whatever you could call this. I really do like the shape I came up with for the museum. So we're gonna go chronologically. Now, all the hardcore worlds I did were after this survival world, which is gonna go in this box. But I think since there's only two hardcore worlds, it just makes sense to have it on the side where there's only two containers. So first we're gonna do just a nice little box. I think, and it wasn't symmetrical in any way. So we're not even gonna put a double door on this thing, you know? It's gonna be right here. That's where the door is. And I had just one torch inside. I remember. I think that's all I had. Alright, I kinda wanna move the door because I want things to be kinda centrally facing, like when you come in, you know? So that's alright. I feel like maybe I should have raised up the floors one more. I don't know. I think it'll look better with the more detailed ones, but I am going to keep this because the entire point that I had with season 5 was like slowing down because I felt like I was taking it too fast in the other hardcore worlds because I would have full diamond by like episode 1, and I've never wanted to be that person. You know, I want to be the guy who doesn't get a full netherite until day 1154. That's my kind of thing. So that's going to stay there, and I'm gonna label these with signs, but I'm not sure. I could do hanging signs. Wait, that would actually work pretty well. That would fix my problem. Hanging signs on the middle of each of these. Oh. Forgot how quick my axe is. I'm gonna do hanging signs. Perfect. I just need to know what wood will look the best. Alright, so I have the other hardcore one pulled up on my second window here. And this is going to be a very poor recreation of it. But I can't really fit all that much into a 4x4 little grid, because I don't want these really touching the walls too much. If I can avoid that, I will. Oh, I have the stone bricks on me. Alright. So again, this is going to be very simplistic, because these are way too detailed to do justice in just this tiny little thing. Let's do that. Maybe we take that down a block. Now, the back of this was, like, a little rounded, so maybe I go like that. This doesn't look anything like it. Now, I need deep slate tiles for the roof. I don't have any deep slate up here, I know that. Oh. I need to get rid of all these jungle trees. I needed just like a bit more wood for the ceiling in the basement, and then I decided to grow way too many trees. Yeah, let's just take one of these. I think I also used deep slate tiles on the survival roof, so I'll make plenty. Now the door is too wide. What we're gonna do... There's no archway, so I don't think it would make any sense to do that. Alright, we're actually gonna bring it up another block. Now, I think the back here had a roof. You know what? This is... this thing is looking goofier and goofier by the second, but honestly, I kind of like it. Now, hold on, I need... You know, it's definitely not going to be the best looking thing, but I don't think it has to be, because it's hidden away. But also... I didn't exactly make it with the intention of it looking perfect, you know? Now, this is going to kind of graze the sides here, which is unfortunate, but that's what we've got to do. think we need some slabs. Let's do that. You could even live in these little model houses. You know? A bed right there. That's about it. I keep losing my way. Oh. Well, am I done? I think I want to add some grass in there, like some long grass in each of these, so I'm not going to close them up just yet. In fact, I need to break this open for a second. Yeah. Well, I don't know, is that too flat? I'll make it so it goes all the way around. Because I don't want to purposely make it look bad. I think that's alright. Let's see. Okay, I think it needs a window of its own. Right there. I guess on both sides. That works. Now, they were green, or they were supposed to be green in the hardcore world. I never actually got to do that, because that's the world I was talking about where I died trying to get green. But we've got some green stained glass, so what, 2023 me would finally be able to rest easy, knowing that the house got its green glass. You know what? I don't like these slabs. I think that looks better, because I didn't like that being obstructed. It's weird looking. I will say it's definitely got some character. I think its floor was spruce, so let's just give it some of that. Get rid of some of this garbage. Alright, that's nice. Gives it a little bit of something to distract from the flatness, which I can't really do anything about, because I mean, if I add the slabs there, it just looks worse, so I'm not sure what to do about that. But let's move on to this. I still got oak on these, so I can change this in here. I think maybe where I went wrong was having it a block down, but then again, that would have messed up things here. I think if I had just raised everything up, though, it would have been better, the ceiling included. Oh well. I don't know what I'm doing with that one. So now we do this one. And hold on, I'll have to bring up the survival world one real quick. Alright, what I'm quickly realizing from going back and looking at my older builds is that I did not often use different types of wood. All of these, well, except the oak box, but most of my better looking builds, I either used spruce or dark oak. And in this one, I used dark oak logs and spruce planks. A mix of both. So I just, for some reason, couldn't get enough of either. So it's gonna go in this one, and I mean, it's gonna be even harder to make this look good, because it's... Alright then. Let's do the floor first. There's gonna be windows on either side here, because I put a lot of windows into this thing, actually. And then I used the same exact style of roof for this as I did on that one, so I'll just do the same thing. Let me get this back out. Wait, oh, I did have it go around, okay. Is it touching the window there? I think it is. Okay, it doesn't look that bad doing that. Okay, I don't know why I'm trying so hard not to break these windows, because I have silk touch. What are... Why? Why is it backwards if I do that? Alright, let's go up here now. Cool. And give it a little bit of that. Spruce it up. Pun intended. And we can close that. I need more glass. Okay, good. There's something I've been meaning to do for a while now. That. That's where the beacon beam used to shoot out, so I never put the tough bricks there when I was doing that time lapse, because then I wouldn't have the beacon effect anymore. But now I can. Alright, so this is one of the main problems that I am gonna have with covering up these redstone lamps. I guess I can... I was already kind of planning to kind of raise up the sides just a little bit in these curved corners that I've done. Just to, like, I don't know, give something to put a thing on, because, you know, that's what museums are for. To display things, and so I was thinking, if I want to do that thing where people collect, like, all the armor trims and stuff, like every single variant, which I don't know if I'll do that, that's very time consuming, but if I ever do that, I can raise up these corners and put them on that or something, or put something else. So I guess the plan, at least for these two, so it's symmetrical, is to raise them up. None of the other interior bits are affected though. It's all outside. And I actually, the first time I came up from the basement, I thought Enderman had just stolen like half of the platform. I was really angry. I get so tired of Enderman. After that one time where I came into my mine and it looked like a tornado blew through. But... oh, yeah. Okay. There's one more thing to do. I was about to end it, but we need hanging signs first. So... I'll make dark oak and jungle. Actually, it might be better to just go with jungle. Oh, but then that's like too much jungle almost. That's satisfying. Alright, let's make these chains. I think that looks alright. No. No? How do I get it to... Hey! I don't want it like that. How do I get it to not do that? Come on. What are we doing, Minecraft? What are we doing? What is this? This isn't funny. So it works there, but... oh, because it thinks I'm placing it on the glass. Because maybe you can't place it on stairs. I think that's it. Yeah. I think it's worth it, though. That's stupid, though, I think. You should be able to place it on stairs, like... What's it harming? Alright. So we're gonna go starter... Starter... House... this was... What? Hardcore... Season 3. And we're gonna put glow ink on these, of course. Let's repeat that over here. Okay, that is centered. And that seems like it is too. It's really weird when you're typing it out. It looks wildly off-center. But then it fixes itself when you're done typing, almost. Alright, now let's do start. Nope. Starter house season no. Hardcore season 5. Gotta fix this again. I keep doing a space after this. And then this one is starter house survival starter house. Let's just go with first survival. Really? All right. I was gonna say something like first survival world, but clearly there's not enough room for that. Okay. Let's get those inked up. Wherever it is. And do I keep... I think I keep flying it back down... I know where it is. I keep flying it back down to these chests over here. For some reason. Yep. There we go. You know, when glowing first came out, I was like... And this is when I played on PS4. I was like... I'm gonna need a farm for this. This is cool. And I still think it's cool. I like that you can light up signs like this. But... I've never needed a farm. Because who's lighting up enough signs that they need a farm? I don't know why I came and flew this back down here, though, because I am going to need it up here more, and definitely not down there more. So, let's get that back in there. Yeah, cool. Alright, well, we're done with that. So, now that that's all finished, thank you for watching. I'm very tired. So hopefully you enjoyed. It was definitely a slower episode. I was more of a, walk through the building process kind of episode, which I enjoy those, but I know viewers probably don't, because it can get pretty boring, probably from the viewing perspective, and, it's not the most crazy, fancy-looking outcome. In fact, it's kind of bad looking. I mean, I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to insult these little mini guys, but I mean, look at that. But I don't mind it. And I know there's probably some people who are like, really? You're gonna settle for that? Yes, I am. 'Cause it's not, they're not supposed to look amazing. They're just supposed to be little references to them, That's why I didn't, I didn't stress about making these windows perfect. Clearly, those are some really goofy looking trees, but I don't mind it, I think it works in the end. It's what I'm going for, so we're gonna keep it like that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, and we're probably going to be back in the industrial district next episode. So, more redstone, because I do have a bunch again. Yeah. See ya.